My little sisters, my little brothers. I see you. I hear you. We might not get that from the environments that we grew up in. It's hard for somebody to tell you I'm proud of you. It's hard for somebody to tell you I love you or like just to give you a hug. But we see you, and you don't have to change who you are to fit in an image, because that's what I did.
Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Alliance. We're bringing you a guest for this first time, like we've been promising. I can't wait. I'm excited. I want you to pay attention to our guest and listen to our guest because you're going to benefit from what our guest has to say today.
Yeah, my name is Lubunga Osadi. I'm also known as GB around town. I'm really excited to be here. Not only I've been paying attention to their podcast, and I love the insights they give out to our community. So I would just love to add on to, and if anything, just learn more while I'm here.
Thank you so much for coming on our podcast. We appreciate you for taking the invitation and be here. The first question I will ask you is like, just give us like a little bit background in your background, your personal life.
Sure, that's a great question. I mean, personal life and stuff like that. I don't really talk much about that, but I'll give you glimpses. So I give people to get to know me better. But originally, I was born in Nyarugusu camp. Came to America when I was 10 years old. We migrated to Boston, Massachusetts. And as a 10-year-old, you don't really know the situation or what's really going on. All you just wanting to adapt. And over time, as a refugee, times is hard, and especially in the beginning, new things you gotta learn, friends, family. It's only you, probably only just your family. You know what I'm saying? So like all that hardship, but guess what? You have to overcome it. We're human, we adapt, and we keep it moving.
Exactly.
Yeah, and life just led me across to Bowling Green somehow. And I love it here. And I've learned a lot of great things in Bowling Green. I just want to keep it going and just do my part as a member of this community. But for the most part, though, I was born in Tanzania, and then we just out here living, doing our thing.
Yeah. Let's talk about what you do in the community.
For sure.
That's why we got you here, and we believe that what you put out there in the community is beneficial to the community.
Sure.
So we had a few questions to ask you.
We've been looking in the community in the service you're doing. I've been there a couple of times. I just want to know what inspired you to create a non-profit organization. What inspired you to do that?
I feel like first thing I'll say God, but I'll say the initial thoughts of me actually starting it was when Trump became president, right? And there was this talk in church, just people around our communities were just talking about the benefits is better straight from us. That was like the main topic of that. Like I think it was the beginning of the year, because that's when they announced the president, right? So once I heard that, I'm like, okay, so why are we complaining about politics or what a president can do or can't do for us? First of all, we're refugees. The president mostly focus on what? The citizens, right? That's in every country. We gotta be fair, right? But what we can do is, as members of this community, we can do our own parts. That way, we're not so much depending on other people to do our parts. So I just started thinking about where certain ways I can help within my community without wanting anything back, because there's been times where a member of my community has helped me out, and they didn't ask for anything back. And that shaped me into who I am today, right? So why not put the same energy into other people where they can do anything later on, and they don't want anything back from it.
Yeah. So to ask a question, what do you do in BG1s? What do you do? What kind of services do you offer?
Right.
How does it help the community?
Right. I'll tell you, like, our mission, BG1 is just about focusing on the traumas that refugees carry. Because I know there's other organizations that's already doing great, like Curbside, I think BG Refugees, so, and there's other great ones too that's already doing great. But I would say for us, we want to focus so much on the trauma we carry as refugees, because hardly do you ever go to a refugee house and then ask the kids, do you feel comfortable talking about the things that you face in your life? Most of the time, the answer is gonna be no. Or they laugh at that question like, that's a conversation I never had before, you know? So we tryna, the whole goal is just to get people comfortable within just knowing that it's okay. We all went through stuff and it's okay to open up. And if you don't have, if you don't feel like you have an opening or you don't have anybody to talk to at home, we're here for you. The community is here for you. We got you because we can relate to certain things. So it's easy for us to open up. You know, the same things that you probably went through, that she went through. But through conversations, right? Y'all can fix that. The same thing that I went through, the other people went through. But it takes knowing to know and to get better as a community. That's what I think.
You're giving them that space.
Exactly.
To talk about it.
Exactly.
That is so powerful. I would like to commend you for doing that.
Thank you.
Because refugees or immigrants go through a lot of challenges.
Right.
Yeah, and as we know in life, it's always nice to have people we can talk to, find comfort in. So that's amazing. I think a few weeks, I think you helped in that. I saw, videos and pictures of y'all helping giving out backpacks for going back to school. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about that? Because that was amazing.
Right. That actually just came out of the blue. And I think me and my team, we wanted to do like a soccer tournament, or but we thought that's too much right now, or we gotta our main goal is to focus on the youth or the kids. Of course, soccer and all that fun stuff is good, but what's really, we gotta start opening doors here, because we're looking for what growth, right? So what we came up with was just let's dive deep, right? Let's look at because sometimes it's easy to blame the parents, right? The parents, they come to America with no helping system. They gotta learn the language. They gotta work to provide. And most of the times we don't see that. So it's easy for us to say, oh, my dad or my mom is never there for me. But they have their own responsibilities that at this age we might not be able to understand, but one day we will. So the same things that even they might want to tell us that, hey, I just came from work 12 hours. I'm tired. I want to help you. But I wish they would do that so we can be able to understand, okay, my dad is tired, but he has the willing to help me, But them, they eat it up because they know this is my responsibility. I shouldn't have to tell somebody this, that, and the third. It's pride. It's a pride thing. And we as children, we gotta be able to understand that parents sometimes it's give them that break. They put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Imagine having raised 6 kids, and you have to give each one of them the same love. It's not a few of them gonna be okay, dad, we do. And sometimes it is the way, right? But we have to give them credit for what they do, and then take it from there.
Yeah.
So we looked at that, and then we was okay, so since the parents are too busy doing this, that, and the third, let's help at least a backpack, even if it's $5. That parent can keep that $5 and put it towards something that can help in the future. Oh, help himself, because most of the times parents is always looking to help their home first, So we came up with okay, even if it's a pencil, eraser, the parents will be able to appreciate that.
That is such a strong and smart move.
Right.
I look back, I wish I could have somebody that I can look up to, or somebody that I know, if I need help when it comes to this stuff, I can go and talk to them. Because I'm not, I came in when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
I just get in school. I don't speak English yet. I know my parents don't speak English.
Right.
And they're counting years, but this time we should be able to help us translate this. And that time, I wish I could have somebody I know, there's a group of young people that came from where I'm from, and now they speak English. They're willing to help me, and I can call them anytime, and they can help me. We have international center. We have a lot of people that help us, but it's a little bit different when there's people that actually came from where you're from. They speak the same language. They know exactly how you're feeling, exactly how you're feeling, and they know where you're going. So you get to see another immigrants who came in when they were younger, and now they went to college and they graduate. You're oh man, I can do it too. It's really something. It's not even about no mental health only. It's also about what you put in this kid's mind. They feel like I can really do this. They did it. Why not?
Yeah, especially with how the education system is now.
Right.
It just got rough. We have to just be honest, like you said. True. When he became president, there's a lot of complaints, and usually because the parents are focused on just providing, right? Like you said, they miss out on these other things that are also important, like talking to their kids and all that. Now, when they went to school, for example, there was this new system in the school education system where they have people who speak the same language working there as liaisons.
Right.
Yeah, I've worked as a cultural liaison before in a school. So there will be the kind of people that are offering that. But now the funding for that has been cut.
Right.
So now immigrants, right? Students who are immigrants and refugees are going to struggle even more. Right. So that's why I was telling our viewers that they're going to love to hear what you're about to say, because I think that's really important.
Right, and let's dive deep into that. When it comes to that's the first thing that I was thinking about when I heard about the foundings being stripped away and stuff like that. For the most part, like what I want to touch on this is that depending on the government, depending on things that's outside of your control, it's always bad. Why? This is gonna come to a point where like what they did, right? They stripped it away. So the power now is already is given to somebody else other than yourself. So that's why, as a community, like I feel like it's our number one duty to like find a way. It might not be founding, right? But you can be able to teach a kid, right? That's 5 years old today, right? This is what the system is like, and then he's gonna come and change that, right? That's literally what. But we focus on the problems today, right? Without actually seeing it or like asking like, okay, what can I do right now that can change the future? You see, because the kids is the future, right? If you teach your kids that what founding is, first of all, or like how to get funds, how to do this and that, later on in the future, it's not dependent on nobody because you already knows it already. See, we don't know how the system works. So if all we hear is just based on what the news feeds us, but we don't dive deep. This is why like most of our parents, they focus more on what? Politics, right? But they're supposed to be focusing on like, what can I teach my kid, right? To notice things, that way he doesn't focus on the news, because the news can be fabricated any day. That's why like Trump, he likes to say fake news. You feel me? Like he does that for a reason. He knows. Yeah, he knows. Like there's a reason why he knows that, because news can be fabricated. But if we create our own future, and that's our children, or like that's our brothers, that's our sisters, we have a future that we're willing to depend on ourselves and nobody else.
So I have another question for you. What advice would you give to the young African that came to America like when they were like young? They say like as you did, like they were really young. They don't know nothing about America. They just feel over here. They figuring things out. They still growing. They don't know nothing yet. They don't even know their own community like that because they're very young. What advice would you give it to them?
That's a great question, and
all I say is like my little sisters, my little brothers. I see you, I hear you. We might not get that from like the environments that we grew up in. It's hard for somebody to tell you I'm proud of you. It's hard for somebody to tell you I love you, or like just to give you a hug. But we see you, and you don't have to change who you are to fit in an image, because that's what I did. And that's what most people do when they move to another country. It's okay to adapt. It's okay to pick up on things, but don't pick up things that's is morally wrong. It's gonna damage your future. That's one thing I'll tell you. Like the good of every culture, take it, and learn it. Not every mistakes have to be made. You can learn from looking at other people make certain mistakes, and just see it through. And just learn from that, other than you having to make the same mistake, and then now you get yourself in a situation where you can't get out of. So one thing I'll tell you, like, just focus on your future. Friends, what they're doing now and this and that, bro, you won't know those people 10, 20 or like 30 years from now. You're gonna have your own family. And what really matters is how you gonna raise your kids. You're 10 years old, but the sooner you start thinking about the future, how you wanna be, or who you wanna be at 30, the better. Because the longer you wait on it, the longer you give you time to make certain mistakes that you shouldn't be making. So you gotta pick. Am I gonna wait till I'm 30 and then start taking my life serious? Because now you already showing your, that time for you to get serious with life. Or are you gonna start now? Let me just add on to that, if you already is in a bad situation right now, it's okay. Life gets to us, all of us, man. It's not an age thing, it's a life thing. But you gotta be able to understand that, what you think about and what you put in every day is what you get. So if you thinking that like you're in a better situation right now, right? The more you think about it, you're gonna stay in the same position, right? So you gotta find a way of like changing your mindset first, because that's the first thing you gotta do. That's the thing that they don't teach us in school. Like you gotta know what mindset is first. Like your mind controls your reality. So be able to actually sit down with yourself and accept it. Like right now, I'm going through a hard time, but this is not forever, right? Today, I've seen, like, me myself, today I can be crying, but tomorrow I'm laughing. I'm happy again, right? What does that tell me? My thought process changed. That's why, these feelings change, right? So you got to be able to accept things, yes, but be willing to fix it. Not just stay in the same state for so long, because that only causes more damage. And when you give up, it's harder for you to get back up.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
have another one.
Mm-hmm.
For the people that, because now we're speaking about for the youngest that came to America when they were young.
Right.
What about it for the people that came to America when they were over 18?
Right.
They didn't get to go to school. And they I would say it's an excuse. They will tell me, or they'll say like, oh, your life is different because you came in when you were young and you went to school. That's why you can get any job, or that's where you can. Your life is different than me. Why would you say to that? Because to me, that's an excuse.
Yeah. Just tell them to cut it out. But you just gotta tell them to cut it out. All that is just excuses. Because why, right? You gotta understand, like, I know situations is different in Africa and stuff like that, or whatever it is they might be from, right? But what I would tell them is that you're 18, right, or 19. But this time, if you was actually serious, right, you should have an idea of what you want to do, right? You should have this thing of like, I'm chasing something here, right? So, by the moment you start telling me, oh, you guys had it better than me or easier than me because you went to school here, I didn't go to school here. Find a way.
Exactly.
School might not be it for you, but find a way. There's people that get here, like, I know somebody, right, that's 42. He got his GED at 42, right? He got his GED, passed the test, barely spoke English, and now he's actually in college.
Yeah.
So it's a desire thing. It's a person thing, yeah.
They should have at 18 figured out what they want to do, because you come from another country, America have opportunity.
Right,
you don't know what's the opportunity.
For sure.
I feel like they can come to America, yes, but at 19 you have different mindset than somebody who's 15. So it's a little bit different. So to 18 to 20 or to 18 to 19, you come to America, that's where you can start to figure out what I want to do. That's when you start like you see where I'm at. Oh, I'm America now. Let me see what I can do. I don't want that they have to come and know what they do, but they are adults. I get what you said. They are adults. They should know I need to figure out something, because I'm not going to school. I'm going to have to provide for my family or for myself.
Yeah, when you look at a lot of people here in Bowling Green who are successful, most of them don't speak perfect English.
Right.
Their English is broken.
Right.
But they're successful. And when we talk about being successful, it's not only about just money. It's money, but also their families. How are they doing? Right? So it's, if it was me, I would look for resources. The kind of people to talk to. Yeah, you want to add on that?
You
Yeah.
see, you just touched it. That's the answer, right? That's why I said it. You see, I see what you're saying, though, right? But you just answered that question. Literally, it's a one thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you can come here. Age is just like, yes. Like, you can say, it's a one thing. You gotta be, it's a.
Not knowing what they want to do, but they have to want to figure it out.
Exactly. And that's what success comes to you. You gotta want it. I forgot that saying. You can take you can teach somebody how to fish. Like, we can give him a fish, right? they don't know how you got the fish, right? What they're gonna be doing, expecting
Yeah.
you to give you more free fish.
Yeah.
But if you teach somebody how to actually fish the whole process, what they're gonna do?
Go get
Continue
more.
on doing it. But it's a one thing; they have to want it. Because if I just give you a fish, hey, I'm expecting it's gonna come back again. But if I take you somewhere, hey, do this by yourself. You here? If you mess up here, you can do this. But it's gotta be a one because you have to show up. You have to do your part, and then over time you get to doing it by yourself. Now you love it.
Yeah.
Now you learn it, and then now you just tell other people about it.
Yeah,
That's
here
really-
where we are,
yeah.
here where we are, we have places that teach people how to learn English. We have old people who are like 50, 40. They've went to school. They're learning. And today, you can literally learn English in front of your TV. And you don't have to be fluent. Like we said before, there's a lot of people who are successful here who have figured out the system. When you hear the English, and let me tell you guys, just because you went to college, it doesn't mean you're going to be successful. It does not mean you have to want to be successful. Like he said, you have to look for resources. You have to have that want in you, that fire.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the most important thing when it comes to success. You gotta have fire.
Yeah.
So do you think when it comes for this BG oneness, are you gonna show people a way? I know that's the point, but like, you're gonna show them a way of like not doing it for them, constantly doing it for them, and show them a way for that way they can do it for themselves.
Right.
If they wanna go get a green card, show them this is where you go do this, this and this. Next time they can get a translator, but they're gonna be able to know the process of doing it. You know.
That's true, and as sad as it is, as and as willing to help as I might be, the answer to that question is no. And why? In this nonprofit thing, you can't step into what other people is doing. International Center provide that service, right? Refugee of BG, they probably do something similar to that, right? So in this business or like this nonprofit thing, you have to focus on the things that you open your business for, right? So I was just basically most mindset, like getting these kids out of that like mentality of like because hardship, and just telling them so you can rise up, and we do that in a way of like like if you go to our IG, you can see some people telling their stories, so if like you were saying, people can go there and actually see, oh, this is a refugee, he came here when he was 10 years old or 11 years old, and now they're doing this and that. Oh, I can be successful too. You see, that's what we're mostly focusing on. Now the other things, when it comes to green card job helping, maybe in the future, but we don't want to bump into what other people is already doing because we are working together. Curbside and us, we work together. We have one goal, which is to help the youth. So what Curbside is already doing, we can't overstep that because they're gonna feel like we have competition here. And this nonprofit is not a competition thing. So because it's not profit, there's no profit in there. It's more about helping what others are not doing. Bring it up. Add to it. You can take some and add to it, but don't take over what somebody else is already doing because they're gonna feel like, they're trying to look for competition.
And actually, when you encourage people that they can do anything that they desire in life, just having that mindset will move them to find ways to apply for their own green card.
That's true.
Yeah. So setting up just that foundation is enough.
And that's what we're focusing on. It just right. So that's the main point. Foundation first. The others can take care of the rest.
Yes.
But us to just mindset thing, because mindset is the foundation.
Yeah.
If you don't have something to like, if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for something.
Yeah.
So this kids gotta be able to stand on something.
Yeah, I really get it. It's like you're shaping them. It's like a baby.
Right.
You prepare them, and then you throw them out in the world for them to go
fish.
Go fish. Yeah, go get the fish.
Why one advice would you give to the young self? Like when you just got here, one advice.
Don't listen to people that don't have what you want. Why? These are important things in life, right? I can want to be a millionaire, right? I can have ideas on how to get there, but I can take an advice from somebody that don't own anything, don't have no desire to do anything. What advice do you think they're gonna give me? Oh, you think that's serious? Yeah, you feel like you can do that? They might not say no, right? But they might be like, you think you all that? Like, why would you want to be a millionaire? You think it's that easy? But by me asking these questions, I'm building roadblocks. I'm blocking my own blessings, right? But if I listen to somebody that already did it before, they're gonna tell me it's easy. all you gotta do is change your mindset, do this and that. Now, what that do is it brings in belief. You know, you believe more now, right?
Yeah.
Instead of like having to see, because like when somebody tells you can't do it, you know, even though you might still do it. There's already that little doubt in you that says, what if this doesn't go like the way I'm planning it to? Over time, the more you focus on that, the harder it gets.
It eats up on you.
Exactly.
I like that saying that says, bloom where you're planted. And where like, it's like a plant. When you plant it, you water it. So when you have people who are watering you, you keep growing. But if you don't, you fed.
That's it.
It's a powerful point.
Just listen to those who you want to be. Like, you know, if you can't trade somebody's shoes with somebody, don't listen to them. It's okay to ask for advice, but you can block it too. There's some people that you can talk to, but if what you're hearing goes against everything that you believe, block it. So you gotta learn how to block these things. Block.
And that is where we ended today. Thank you so much for coming here. It was an honor. It was a character building conversation. If you're out there, I hope you picked up 2 or 3 things that can help you. Yeah, thank you. It's an honor.
Honor to be here.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah.